Welcome to our final episode of Direct DVDecember before we jump back in to our normally scheduled program of The Ultimate Chronicle.
Woo! We hope you guys enjoyed this little break from The Ultimate Chronicle to join us in a more intimate setting for Direct to DVDecember. I had fun with it.
I thought it was fun too. I thought it was fun to watch a few of these animated movies I hadn't seen, to rewatch a couple that I had seen, and then Batman Ninja. So today we watched Batman Under the Red Hood.
Yes.
I liked this movie. I thought this was the best one that we watched.
I think my only qualm with it was I already knew who Red Hood was. So for me, that wasn't a huge, like, who is it? You know?
I feel like the movie doesn't even treat it as a who is it, though. But anyway, let's get into the plot, because this movie starts out with Joker beating Robin to death.
Yeah.
Specifically Jason Todd, the second Robin.
The Robin that everybody hated.
This happened in the comics. It was a popular vote, where DC was like, oh, if you hate Jason Todd so much, you can call in and vote whether or not you want to kill him. And comic fans voted to kill a child. This whole scene is juxtaposed with Ra's al Ghul being like, woof, boy, it was a mistake to hire the Joker.
Hindsight is 20/20 on this one.
I immediately regret this decision.
And Batman is desperately trying to find Jason Todd. Joker leaves Jason within an inch of his life, and he's like, hey, peace out, homeboy, it was fun. Jason Todd crawls towards the door, pulls the handle, realizes it's locked, turns around, sees a bomb, Batman arrives, and the building explodes, killing Jason Todd.
Mm-hmm.
This was an opening. It also brings in, I think, the best and worst of what the movie has to offer.
Yeah.
I think the best that it has to offer is the dramatic weight in all of the scenes.
I said this before and I'll say it again. These cartoons are not for children.
No, they're not.
And I just like every time one comes on, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a fun, fresh, friendly flick.
I think the worst is some of the voice cast.
Yeah, I didn't like Joker's voice actor.
I think Fred Tatasciore is a great voice actor, miscast as the Joker.
So, let's try and clear this up, okay, Pumpkin? What hurts more? A or B? But you of all people should know there's plenty wrong with me.
I was seeing Joker talk and I was hearing this voice, but I was like, these are not.
And I think the biggest issue in terms of casting is Neil Patrick Harris as Nightwing, but we'll get there.
I think you'll have to do better than that, boss.
Moving right along,
though, we skip forward 5 years, and a vigilante known as Red Hood is assembling a meeting of a bunch of gangsters, and he's like, hey, you work for me now. And they're like, no, we work for Black Mask. And he goes, no, really. He throws a briefcase at them full of their top lieutenants' heads, and he's like, you're working for me. And so they all are like, okay. Cool, yeah,
right,
we're working for you. Let's do that.
We're in business.
He is basically giving them a better cut of their drug profit, but then saying, stay out of schools, stay away from kids. If you sell to kids, I'm gonna kill you. Then we cut to a heist where Batman is attempting to stop a shipment theft because someone's trying to steal something from Black Mask, and turns out it's Amazo, who just fought the Justice League, and so he has all their powers. Batman and Nightwing team up, beat up Amazo, and then, right before they can interrogate the criminals, they're like, our boss is Rhett, and then they get shot in the head. And then Batman, zooms in with binoculars, and he sees Red Hood doing a little salute, and then he runs away. Batman and Nightwing go to Arkham Asylum to interrogate Joker. Mm-hmm. He is like, I'm not involved. If I was involved, you would know I was involved.
Because
come on, Batman.
Joker.
Why would I try to hide my involvement in something?
When I wore that number, it was classy. More flashy maitre d' than motorcycle fetish.
Meanwhile, Black Mask is throwing temper tantrums. They track down Red Hood and realize that he's using the exact same training that Batman would give someone. We have a few flashbacks to Jason Todd doing the exact same thing. And I feel like there is no point in this movie where they're like, who is the Red Hood? That's why I would argue that that's not the point. because the characters are trying to figure it out a little bit, but Batman essentially figures it out immediately. There's a group that Black Mask hires called the Fearsome Four to kill Red Hood. And then Batman and Red Hood team up to fight them. And it's a pretty cool fight scene. And then Red Hood freaking blows one of their heads off.
Shoot both of us. Maybe that's what he has in mind.
Meanwhile, Batman goes to Ra's al Ghul. And Ra's al Ghul's like, yeah, so we swapped out Jason Todd's corpse because I felt really bad that I hired the Joker
and he
had killed Jason Todd.
And I put him in the little pool of eternity.
Lazarus pit.
Whatever. The pool of eternity.
And it brought him back to life, but he was kind of Frankenstein's monster.
I feel like the artwork didn't portray that half as well as it should have.
It worked just to kind of convey what happened, but I feel like it could have been a little bit more horrifying.
Yeah.
Batman goes back to Gotham, and Red Hood tries to assassinate Black Mask. This makes Black Mask so desperate that he hires the Joker.
I need you to murder the Red Hood. You think you can handle that?
And then he's like, sure, I'll do it. And then Joker abducts all of the gangsters.
Including Black Mask.
Including Black Mask, puts them in a truck, dumps a bunch of lighter fluid all over them, and just starts holding a match there. And Red Hood shows up.
A lighter, actually.
Yeah. And Red Hood shows up, and he's like, yeah, go ahead, do it. Like, that works out for me. I don't care. Because Red Hood's like, just kill the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm doing what Batman won't.
Yeah, I'm willing to cross the line that Batman won't. Batman saves the day.
Obviously.
Red Hood grabs Joker, takes him into like this abandoned apartment and starts beating him with a crowbar. Yeah, then Batman shows up. Jason Todd's mask is taken off, and you see that, yes, he is Jason Todd. And Joker just... This is the only time in the movie where I'm like, okay, Joker's getting some great licks in.
Give the boy points. He came all the way back from the dead to make this shindig happen. So, who's got a camera? Ooh, get one of me and the kid first. Then you and me, then the three of us, and then one with the crowbar.
Jason Todd makes a pretty solid argument.
I'm not talking about killing Penguin or Scarecrow or Dent. I'm talking about him. Just him. And doing it because he took me away from you.
I thought this was a great moment of seeing, like, basically this adopted son, like,
pleading with
his dad about how hurt he is that his dad
didn't avenge his death.
Didn't avenge him. And Batman makes the counter argument that he desperately wanted to, but that's the whole reason he didn't, because he wanted to kill someone.
Yeah.
And
it was him being, like, that was him avenging Jason's death, was choosing not to kill Joker because it enraged him so much.
Not allowing the Joker to win.
To win, yeah.
And so Jason reveals, okay, well, guess what? You're going to have to either kill me or I'm gonna kill the Joker. And Batman, in the most baller move of parenting,
walks away.
Just walks away. And Jason's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Him or me? Decide!
Jason Todd reveals that he has the place wired with explosives, and he's gonna blow up everything.
No! Don't spoil it! This is better! I'm the only one who's gonna get what he wants tonight! Yes! Bing, bang, boom! We all go out together! Don't you just love a happy ending?
So Riley has joined us to talk about the finale. Jason is nowhere to be found, which means he's alive because comics. They put Joker back in Arkham. Black Mask is arrested, and then we get the ending, which is real rough.
It doesn't change anything at all.
Okay, let's go. If you can't suit up quickly at home base, I'm concerned how you would handle it in the field.
Come on, old man. We've got bad guys who need chasing. This is the best day of my life.
What a gut punch. So Batman Under the Red Hood. This, I'm gonna reiterate, was my favorite of all the movies, I think because the story that they're adapting just worked so well within the time limit. It didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel like random elements just were thrown in because they were from the comic. It was very much...
Felt like everything was fleshed out really well.
Yeah, it really felt like this is a story that was written for a movie and not an adaptation of a comic book.
Are you waving to everyone?
Oh yeah. I really liked this. I thought the emotional beats hit really well. I've already kind of listed that my only complaints were some of the voice acting.
Yeah. So like, out of 5, where would you rank this one?
I would rank this at a solid 4.5 out of 5. I think the thing that keeps it back from a 5 out of 5 for me is the voice acting. I think that, like I said, half of Nightwing's lines feel like they needed another take.
Yeah.
And Joker just feels a little miscast.
I think this, for me, still isn't as good as Flashpoint or the Suicide Squad movie. I enjoyed both of those a little bit more. I thought, though, that the emotional impact of this one was way more than those other two that I liked. So I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah. We both would agree that it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah. It's a really good movie.
It's worth your time. It's not in any way, shape, or form a kind of just throwaway DC cartoon. It is
No, not at all.
really a solid Batman story.
Yeah, I think it's really, like you said, it really is good at fleshing out everything. It doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel rushed, it takes its time, but also is fast-paced.
It's really friendly to non-comic book fans. Check it out if you get the chance. It's really a good time. That's it.
That's the end of DVDecember, you guys.
We did it, Riley. Yay!
Can you clap? Look. Yay, Riley! She doesn't want to clap today.
She wants her bank.
She's so funny.
And your watch.
And my watch. God,
But
clap.
next
Are you gonna
week-
clap now?
Next week is a new year. And a
Wow,
new
you guys.
year means more of our regularly scheduled Ultimate Chronicle. And guess what? We're watching actual movies now, starting with something I'm very excited for. The Adam West Batman movie.
That's right, Robin. Our first full-length motion picture feature in color opens a whole new world of thrill.
Classic.
So tune in next week as we jump back in to ranking and reviewing every single comic book movie ever made, starting with Batman 1966. It's gonna be a fun time.
It's gonna be awesome. We will see you guys on the Ultimate Chronicle. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, because you do not want to miss 2020.
Because let me tell you, after Batman, oh hi Sombra,
Oh, hi, Mark.
we have to watch Barbarella.
Good many dramatic situations begin with screaming.
Jingle bells, Batman smelt, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile lost the wheel, and the Joker got away.